What's good, Chip? Today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Miami Heat's secret plan. Let's get into it. When Miami Heat signed Jimmy Butler in the 2019 offseason, Pat Riley reportedly assured Butler that he was intent on pairing him with another star or more. Pat Riley doesn't have a rebuilding bone in his body, meaning Miami is already planning their next free agent push while also trying to improve their current roster, which currently sits at second in the Eastern Conference. Pat Riley had this to say: "We've done this 4 times now, had a good group of players, young players, and then either through free agency or through trade, brought their superstar in. There's a secret plan that nobody's talking about. The Miami Heat are preserving cap space for a superstar in the 2021 free agency, mainly Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is something I can see happening in the future. Pat Riley is looking to build one last super team in Miami, and Giannis will certainly help a lot. While the idea of living in South Beach might appeal to most players, Antetokounmpo seems focused most on competing for a championship. The last hurdle then is having a team he will want to play for, one that can contend for a title with him. In that regard, Miami has already started laying down the groundwork this season. The Heat and team president Pat Riley know a thing or two about chasing superstars. In the summer of 2011, the organization made a series of moves that positioned them to sign LeBron James and Chris Bosh in a club that sent shockwaves across the league and resulted in 2 championship banners. Back then, the Heat were lucky enough to have already a bargaining chip in Dwayne Wade. Wade and James were childhood friends and maintained a close relationship through the early years of their careers. This time around, there are not any connections with roots that deep tied to the Heat organization. If Giannis wants to leave, the Heat will have the cap space to sign him. The Heat already have max cap space in 2021, or very close to it. If Duncan Robinson and Kendrick Nunn remain starters, their cap hits will go up a bit. But Miami can clear out another $13 million by not exercising the player option on Winslow for 2021-2022, or trading him to a team with cap space for a draft pick. If Miami acquires New Orleans Pelicans guard Jrue Holiday, who has been linked to the Heat could trade a final year of Holiday's contract if he exercises a $26.3 million player option for 2021-2022 to a team with cap space for a player earning less and a draft pick or merely a draft pick. If Holiday opts out of his contract in June of 2021, it wouldn't be a problem because he could be renounced from Miami's cap to make room for Giannis or anybody else that Miami wants to sign. What this means is that if the Heat end up trading for Holiday prior to next month's trade deadline, they will be able to use him in order to compete for a title both this season and next. After that, if Antetokounmpo were to come to Miami, Holiday will be traded elsewhere, and Antetokounmpo will become the unquestioned face of the franchise, heading into the future. Pretty much everyone can agree that Jrue Holiday is a very valuable player. He brings top-notch defense while also providing very stable offensive production. For Miami, he will be a system fit who will contribute immediately. Miami likely won't have to give too much in return, however. They currently have one of the most talented young cores in the entire NBA and are producing at a very high level. They would likely be willing to part ways with players such as Goran Dragic, Dion Waiters, and Kelly Olynyk. New Orleans will likely want more than this in exchange for a player of Holiday's caliber. Dragic will be a good starting piece, but they will likely require a player such as Justice Winslow, Tyler Hero, or Kendrick Nunn in return. These are all key players for Miami, so getting a deal done may be difficult. If Antetokounmpo were to come to Miami, Holiday will be traded elsewhere. However, if the Heat don't do this, there's still another star player who will perfectly fit with the Miami Heat, and I can see joining the Heat in the future. His name is Bradley Beal. There's been a lot of recent rumors about DeMar DeRozan going to the Heat, but if I'm being honest, I don't like to trade at all. DeRozan has a player option after this season, which he will use, and I just don't think he's worth all that money. DeRozan could hurt the spacing of the Heat as well. Even though DeRozan will serve alongside Butler as one of the team's 2 go-to scorers, he's just not worth all that money. This trade idea isn't horrible, but it's just not enough to push the Heat over the edge, so they probably wouldn't want to take on DeRozan's contract. Also, DeRozan is notorious for not showing up in the playoffs, so will he be that much of a help for the Heat? That's why Bradley Beal or even Jrue Holiday are better fits for the Heat. Bradley Beal just signed a 2-year extension before the season with the Washington Wizards, but has been upset recently after poor team performance. Bradley Beal could be a summer trade interest for the Miami Heat, and I can see this happening. Like I said before, I think Giannis will go to the Heat, and Beal will complement his game. Bradley Beal would immediately become one of the top scoring options on the Heat roster. Beal's presence will form a big three in Miami once again, with him, Butler, and Giannis. Antetokounmpo is at his best when he's surrounded by shooters, giving him the space to bulldoze the rim and score with his strength and length. Miami has young shooters still on the rise and under cheap team control contracts for years. Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn are both rookies lining it up from deep and playing heavy minutes. They are both untouchable players to be in a trade, so they will likely stay around in 2021. Duncan Robinson is also a young sharpshooter that hustles hard, and is filling in a starting role with Justice Winslow currently out. Winslow is probably going to get traded if the Heat want one of these superstars. Beyond just sharpshooters, Miami boosts on other players to complement Antetokounmpo. They've already got a two-way second superstar in Jimmy Butler. Butler has been doing it all for the Heat this season, from defense to playmaking to scoring. When Miami signed Butler, Riley reportedly assured Butler that he was intent on pairing him with another star. Antetokounmpo would undoubtedly satisfy that promise, as well as Bradley Beal. The Heat also got Bam Adebayo, a young center developing into a two-way star. In Miami, Antetokounmpo will have plenty of defenders and playmakers around him, as well as shooters. Butler's leadership has been invaluable in helping the Heat to get the second seed in the Eastern Conference. Since arriving in Miami a quarter century ago, Riley has fostered a culture that prizes hard work and player development. In the latter case, that's led to the emergences this year of young players. For now, Pat Riley is focused on making the Heat's roster better than what it is right now. And that concludes the video. What do you guys think of the Miami Heat? Do you think Giannis or even Bradley Beal will join the Heat? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and click the bell to get notified of my future videos. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.